Faith Under Fire by Herb Painter. Faith is one of those words that normally only occurs in religious circles. We speak of faith in the same way that we talk of other churchy words like baptism, salvation, and sanctification. In our everyday lives, we speak casually about having faith in each other, or in a loose sense about depending on a certain event turning out the way we want it to, as in, keep the faith, baby, or I have faith in you. Faith is one of those words whose real-world meaning is limited to wishing. It is, for the most part, a pie-in-the-sky, think positive, cross your fingers and hope real hard kind of term that we use sort of like a good luck charm. We don't really understand what faith is until something happens to us that is totally out of our control. Then, and only then, does the word emerge in its fully intended sense. The meaning of faith has never been more eloquently or accurately defined than it appears in the book of Hebrews, Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Did you catch that? Faith is the evidence, the substance, the reality, the proof, an unquestionable fact that overrides all doubt. Faith is neither a cosmic leap nor a Pollyanna wish that everything will turn out all right, the kind of optimism that we adopt when a situation is completely out of control and we don't know what else to do. In fact, faith is the absolute certainty that even though we are out of control, God is in complete control. It is the confidence that God is holding both us and our hopeless situation very securely, even though all of our senses are telling us the opposite. Faith is, many times, a total contradiction to all physical evidence. Faith is a spiritual reality that only appears when all human hope is spent and failed. If you've never been stretched beyond all your resources, if you have never completely exhausted all alternatives and backup plans, you may have never really experienced the true meaning of faith. Faith is the realization of things beyond hope and the absolute assurance of things beyond human comprehension. This is an area that is the most difficult ascent that mortal man can make. Faith is the bridge that brings human beings into direct access to absolute truth. It is confidence in the total sovereignty of God when all seems lost and hopeless. We as human beings seldom really need God. As long as we have our various and sundry backup systems at arm's reach, we fashion ourselves fairly autonomous. We all have quick access to phone numbers of doctors and drugstores and cellular phones on which to make those urgent calls. We have credit cards for every conceivable need. Most of them are gold, platinum, or even titanium, each promising an additional level of comfort and protection against any possible calamity. Needing help beyond our own preparation is a sign of weakness or insufficiency, and that simply is unacceptable in our society. If believers wish to see real faith in action, actual dependence on God, we must determine that He alone is our true security. We must again learn to truly trust the Lord. True faith is an inhuman trait. It simply is not natural to trust what we cannot prove. But true faith is the assurance that comes from the Spirit of God living in the heart of all believers. Learning to trust in something we can't see or touch is the sole privilege of believers in Jesus Christ. The very term trust Christ is an act of faith. We trust Jesus Christ to give us eternal life. We can certainly trust Him to take care of our everyday problems.